Dallas Ducks are heading into their second road weekend of the season. Welcome to the Duck Quack Show number 25. We have the same guests as our previous meeting. We have the coaching staff of Logan Wilt and Chase Crenshaw, along with the team president, Shaun Falzone, and a forward, Liam Norton, an 04 from South Carolina. Big weekend coming up. An interesting series, I think, always when the Steele County Blades play the Dallas Ducks. Um, Last year, the Blades were 19, 22, 2-1 for 41 points. I think they finished sixth in the regular season, lost to Hudson in the postseason. The Ducks were 11, 31, 1-1 for 24 points and missed the postseason. But the team started out well uh, against the Blades. October 27th, the Ducks beat Steele County 4-0. That game stands out because I believe that was Anthony Falzone's first junior shutout. He stopped 42 shots to get that win. Uh, and then the following, that was at that showcase tournament. And then I think a week later, the Blades came to the Dells. The Ducks won 6-5 in overtime before the Blades won 5-1 for their first win against the Ducks. Ducks won the season series against the Blades, which was impressive. They took a 7-3 win in Owatonna on November 26th. But in the final game of the regular season, it was the Blades with a 6-3 win. And I don't know, Shaun, maybe you know, was that the game that eliminated the Ducks, or were they already out by then?
No, we were out before that game happened.
So it was hard to get
Yeah,
excited
literally
about
right
that
before that
game.
game, the
Yeah.
Mullets pulled off the win to knock us out.
Okay. All right. So, Shaun, I kind of rely on you a bit because you have a little bit more experience with this team. Is there an identity for that team? Their coach is, I think their coach is amazing and he does a great job. Do they have a kind of an identity?
Uh, that one's a tough one. They're an all around team. Um, all the years we played against them, it's not like they come out super fast or super physical like opposing teams that like other teams. So I mean, I think you're right. They're one of the closest teams to us overall.
Yeah,
Nick does a great job with that program. He's been
he
doing it
sure
for a
does.
while, and he's been. I mean, he always has a good group of kids that work hard, good attitudes that I've ever seen and ever dealt with. We haven't had many problems with that program at all. Love the rink, their facility they have over there. Other than losing the puck in the ceiling once in a while because of the color of the ceiling there, it's a blast. And yeah, we've been the most competitive against them. I think we go back and forth every year. Yeah, it's hard to give them an identity when they play like us. So it's just like an all around team that comes out and plays hard.
Okay. And Coach Wilt, when you played the Blue Ox, you were playing a team that you'd never seen before.
Mhm.
And now you're playing another team that you probably never played before. Um, and it's early in the season, so it's hard to rely on film and stuff, I suppose.
Mhm.
Um, when you were preparing for the Blue Ox, did you just make your own style, like you didn't really worry about what they were going to do?
I mean, we're lucky enough in terms of going into the Blue Ox. We were lucky enough; those guys had some games under their belt, so we were able
Okay,
to have a little bit of an idea of what we were going to be up against. Obviously it's still early in the season for those guys as well, but we had
right.
somewhat of an idea. As we will with Steele County, but the biggest thing is everybody in this division is going to be tough, and we know that. So the preparation doesn't change a ton in terms of our compete level and practice throughout the week. That doesn't change. We may adjust a few things dependent upon who we're playing and what we see. But in terms of preparation, it doesn't change a whole lot.
Okay.
Depending on who we play.
Does that change later when you do have more knowledge or know the players better and stuff like that? Or is it pretty much you just prepare your own game?
It just depends. A lot of it comes down to preparing our own game. There may be particular instances where we're preparing for something specific. But outside of that, it's a lot of preparing ourselves. And then making sure, we're gonna have a pretty good idea of, what we're gonna see when we hit the ice this weekend.
Mhm.
So we do our best to do our research and get as much, gather as much film as we can.
Yeah,
But for the most part, it's just preparing our guys and getting them ready for the weekend.
Chase, there's nothing better for morale than winning. So I assume that today was your first practice after the weekend, or did you guys practice yesterday?
Yep, first practice back.
Okay. So what was it like? Did you see the excitement in the players on the ice today?
So to be quite honest, wasn't actually the best day of practice we've ever had.
They were
Finished,
cocky.
yeah, finished strong though, which is good. It did finish a little bit better. And the great thing is the guys did realize that it wasn't the greatest day of practice. So it's gonna be good going forward into the rest of the week. 2 more practices before we travel. The tempo's gonna be a lot higher. The attitude stuff gonna be a lot better. It just for every reason it just ended up being one of those days where it just wasn't the greatest. But they do recognize it, which is awesome. And I know it's gonna be corrected the rest of the week.
Hey, listen, every team has a day when they come out flat. I'm happy to hear it happen at a practice instead of a
Exactly.
game.
Exactly.
Liam, what was there just maybe a little bit too much going on Sunday, or what did you think today?
I have no idea, but I know like first half we kind of noticed that like we were messing up passes and we
Oh,
just slowly
really?
started picking it up.
Oh. Okay, well, and like Chase said, you guys realize it and you're going to fix it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is your impression, coach, of the Blades? Do they have any, like, is there anything different about them compared to the Blue Ox?
I think they're going to be tough to play against. I think they appear as if they bring, a little bit more of a physical presence maybe than the Blue Ox did.
Oh, okay.
So that's something that we're going to have to prepare for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that was something we handled looking back at last week. I think that's something we handled pretty well. There was an adjustment period for a lot of guys, but I think once that took place, we handled things very well. But the Blades are a good team. So we're gonna have to be on top of our details going into the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of nice things about playing the Blades this year. They had a guy named LaFleur. I can't remember. I think his first name was Noah. And he
Mhm.
lit us up like a Christmas tree for the last couple seasons. And also they had a very good goaltender named Proiches who played almost every game for them. And he was a standout goaltender. But they do have a guy who I believe might be in his third season, Lorna Vikas, an 04 from Belarus. And they have a number of guys that have around the same, like we have a couple players with 4 points. They have a guy with 4 points and a couple with three. So it looks like it could be another high scoring battle.
Yeah, certainly in the cards. It's something that we're prepared for. It's good because we do have the personnel on our team to play a high scoring game, a low scoring, a fair physical game, whatever it needs to be. We have a very adaptable group that is able to adjust on the fly to what we need to do. So whichever way the game's trending, all it takes is a comment or two on the bench, and we'll be able to match well with whatever Steele County brings.
Good. As far as just the season in general, you're starting with 4 or 5 of your first 6 games on the road. I personally like that.
Mhm.
I like going on the road early in the season because, like you guys were talking about the bonding and stuff like that. I think road trips are kind of good for that. Um, you will have a number of home games coming up, I'm sure, but it is kind of nice to get out on the road, I think, and not have any home fan pressure or anything early, I think.
Yeah, and exactly what you said. It gives the guys kind of another opportunity to bond, right?
Yeah,
It's a different experience as opposed to, things that we can set up for them to do at the rink, right? It's a setting where things happen a lot more naturally. In terms of, nights in a hotel or long days on a bus. And I think the energy was pretty good on both bus rides, both to and from Coon Rapids this weekend. So
Mhm.
we're looking forward to another weekend of a lot of the same.
I'm
But again, we have to do our job on the ice first.
I'm sure it was a great trip home.
Yeah.
Okay, so one other thing I wanted to touch on before we kind of go through some of these early dates. I guess there's been some tweaks to the uniform, to the jersey, and I'm interested in maybe all four of you. Is it a thumbs up on the jersey so far?
Yeah, definitely. We wore the white ones this weekend. We'll be able to break out the black ones for the home opener.
Okay.
And I think they looked beautiful on the ice. Like I really love the white jerseys. It's for white jerseys to pop. I guess it can sometimes be tough, but I think they really popped on the ice. I think it looked really good. Watching back in the broadcast, reviewing film, they looked great. So I'm super happy with them, and I'm very excited to be able to unveil the other jerseys come our home opener.
Okay, I guess the key opinion would have to come from the guy who has to wear it. What do you think, Liam?
Oh, I love it.
Uh,
I also love that it fits me too.
which one? Which one do you like better, the white or the dark?
I think I like the black one better.
Okay, okay. And Coach, I think if there's one thing that you maybe have in your personality, you're a style guy. You're always tweaking the jersey and stuff. Is this some is this version something that you really like?
Definitely. Definitely. I love the change up. I think it kind of embodies us bringing something new here. I think that was a big piece of it is the jerseys. It just
Okay.
kind of goes along with everything else that's going on and look good, feel good, play good, I suppose.
Yeah. And Shaun, I guess I kind of meant that for you. You're the one that really does a lot of the design stuff and everything. I know you're big on designing hats and jerseys and all that kind of stuff. Are you pretty satisfied with what we have now?
Yeah, me and Ali worked pretty good at that. Ali Chaudhry, he
Right.
comes up with the jerseys for me, and we went back and forth for a while, and then even Anthony jumped in, and I asked the coaches for their opinions. They even got some players' opinions and everything too, which was great, And the advantage of these jerseys is it allows me to expand and start creating a few more things, which is what we're looking to do here. So I'm definitely excited. I wanted a black jersey for a while after our first one we had the first year, and I thought the black jersey was
Yeah, I
a
like
big push
black
for me
too.
this year. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And so let's talk about apart from the Blades next weekend, the Ducks will finally play their first home game, I believe, on the 11th. Oh, by the way, these games in Owatonna, correct me if I'm wrong, are they both 7 o'clock starts?
Correct.
Okay, just for people who want to watch on Flow Hockey, 7 o'clock in Owatonna. So that's Central Time. If you're from an eastern part of the country, it'll be an hour later. And then I guess the next thing is our home opener will be on the 11th. Shaun, do you have any special plans for the first game of the season on home ice?
No, right now it looks like we're gonna do an autograph session. It sounds like a couple days before the home opener,
Oh, good.
and then with the home opener, with the River Kings and their crowd and our crowd, I believe it's probably going to be one of the fullest rinks that we've had in a long time. I'm estimating anywhere from 600 to 800 people, depending
Yeah.
on how it's been. I mean, lately last year, we hit some high numbers a lot. We were over 400 a couple times. And I think this year against them being a home opener, I think it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of just making sure right now we're prepared for everything. We have the special events coming up after that, but that'll be, the home opener itself will be a big one. We reveal the black jerseys because this year the league went the other way with them. Black will be home, so that'll be a nice a bang to start off with that day.
Yeah. Well, I think anytime we play the River Kings, if it's the first game of the season or the last game, we're guaranteed a pretty solid crowd because they bring it with them. We need to match them, and we need to be loud, and that'll inspire the guys to give something to the River Kings that we haven't been able to give them for a while. They are off to an impressive start too. I think they opened with 2 wins this weekend too. Any thoughts on the other teams in the division, Coach?
I mean, I think right now, I think it's anybody's game. I think
Okay.
early right off the hop here, I think you've had, multiple teams. I think everybody in the division has a win. And I think it is anybody's game. Like I said, anybody can be beaten on any given night. And that's one of the, one of the more exciting parts about this division, right? Is that you have 9 teams that can go toe to toe for a good game on any given night. It's not a situation where you feel as if you know who's winning the game before you hit the ice. So that's something we've had a lot of conversations with our guys about, is making sure we're prepared and we have to show up every night. So that's really what it's going to come down to, and I think that's going to be the case for everybody. I think it is a very well-rounded and tough division to be in, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay. That sounds great. I'm really pumped about the Blade series because, like I say, I consider them a good gauge of where we're at every year. And just one other thing before we leave. I know you guys did mention it on one of your little advertising videos. Another jersey, which is coming out. I believe it's for the Halloween weekend. Is that our next homestand after the River Kings come to visit?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Because I think the showcase is in between, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So Shaun did this one other time too, where he had like a special. Halloween must be your favorite holiday, Shaun.
No, actually, it's Ali's, and
Oh, is it?
I challenged Ali to a opportunity to see if he could outdo his original Halloween jersey. He's actually been working on that jersey since originally he created the first one. He wanted to make it better, and he definitely stepped up his game. And he proved to me that for sure he can definitely increase it and make it a lot better for a Halloween jersey.
And you think he did outdo his first jersey?
Oh, there's no question. He definitely outdid it. He pushed it. He pushed the limits on that shirt. I mean, you got the 3D effect from the pumpkins coming out at you. I mean, it's pretty. When you see it live, it's amazing. I think I'm the only one so far that's seen it live, but even the pictures show how crazy it is. It's gonna be a jersey. It's gonna match all of them so far.
Excellent. Congratulations, Ollie, and a job well done. And hopefully soon you'll be working on some championship t-shirts for all of us. Thanks, guys, for this, and good luck in Owatonna on Friday and Saturday. If you get a chance, there's a grocery store right across the street from the rink. Has the best Chinese food I've ever had.
All right. Good to know.
Noted.
So
No,
good luck
good.
this weekend, and we'll talk again next week, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks,
you.
guys. Good luck.
All right.